It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Benefit Cosmetic, a really cool brand that started in San Francisco, had a problem. See, they started in Mission District. This was back in 1976, and they faced the challenge. And the challenge was, how do they be a very small beauty boutique in a big city? How could they grow? How could they compete when there's already a number of beauty brands that was already out there? And when they began, they had to deal with a highly competitive market. Now, does this sound familiar? Highly competitive market, starting off as a little guy. No one knows who you are. But they had an interesting fact that was on their side. And this was a unique selling proposition. And it was they focused when they first started on natural, high quality products and being all inclusive. See, they didn't just sell products. They sold the experience that the end user got through the product. Now, this was just a genuine connection. This wasn't something they did just because someone would buy. It was something they did consistently that allowed them to build trust over and over and over again. In addition to that, they were able to keep up with the modern trends and maintaining a reputation of high-end quality. So once again, a unique selling proposition, but they had to be able to get that out through their sales message. So how did they benefit from the struggles? Well, number one, they had a sales strategy. And the sales strategy was, look, we're going to focus on the community. We're going to focus on those folks who already are working with us. We're going to grow our products inside of them and go much deeper. That was the sales strategy. The message was, hey, look, we got a cool product. And they had a couple of them. They had the innovative Brow Wax. They had the professional primers. They had a number of different things that was unique, different. And at the end of the day, as part of their sales system, it was connecting in the world. Now, in the sales world, as a CEO, how do we translate this? Well, we translate it to being, number one, consistent. Number two, having a system that not only allowed them to be consistent, but they provided value and they continued to improve the client experience. And for new folks that were coming aboard, because remember, you've got to have a sales strategy, bringing new folks who don't know who you are. They took the feedback from the prior clients and adopted that inside of their sales funnel. I mean, brilliant case. What's my big takeaway for you as a CEO? What's my big takeaway for you as a CEO? Number one, to be profitable, to be impactful, you have to have a sales system that creates an experience for your client, communicates to sales masters the values of your company, if it's high quality, if it's being all inclusive, if it's what you stand for and the problems you're solving. And number three, you've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent, and that's where the sales system comes in place. You do that, well, I'll tell you one thing, you will see your sales go up, and away. With that being said, by the way, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you here at the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks, by the way, for having me inside your home. Thanks for having me on your tablet right now, or on your computer, or on your monitor, or maybe you're listening to the podcast right now. Many of you are in the car or traveling. And I appreciate that. As a CEO, you taking this 15 minutes to let us be a part of your CEO Sales Huddle so you can drive the sales that you need in your business. And our promise is this will be a good use of your time. So every morning we get started with the focus of the day. And our mantra as a CEO, your sales department, the mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. So we're going to focus on sales. In fact, repeat after me those words. If you can't focus on sales, you what? You can't be in business. You might be saying, why, Shay? Well, the big why is sales is the oxygen. It's the oxygen for every great business in history. And I'm going to tell you right now, without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming. And I've got to make the point, if I can, that selling is serious business. Selling is serious business. Matter of fact, go ahead and say that out loud right now as the CEO. Get reconnected to that for your sales department. Selling is serious business. Now, we also like to say every single morning our pledge, which is learn, earn, and return. So as a CEO, we're going to learn something new. As a CEO, we're going to give the sales department the sales people, the sales processes, and the sales systems that it needs. I mean, you're the CEO, right? So this is what we do as CEOs, even if we are the salesperson. So repeat this after me. This is our pledge to the sales department. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue. Didn't we just do a case study on this? from current clients in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Now, we have 3 objectives every single morning, and our objectives are straightforward. When you show up here, it's all about sales progress. It's all about, you know what, how do I get to that next level? How do I do more sales today than I'm doing? But we also make sure we address any roadblocks, because you know what? It's not easy. I mean, let's just be honest. There's going to be some challenges. There's going to be some roadblocks. Every day is not going to be easy, but we do know one thing. It's possible. We know one thing is possible. And how is that possible? Because you focus on the 5 sales pillars. Now, this is something we do a recap on. So if you're tuned in, thanks for tuning in. Number 1, you need a 1-page CEO sales plan. If you don't have a 1-page CEO sales plan, certainly we can help you with that. Go over to www.ceosalesplan.com. You need a sales cycle. You need to understand the sales cycle. Got it, Shay. You need to understand the sales message. Got it, Shay. And at the end of the day, we do a whole segment that we focus on, which is really the CEO dashboard, by the way. We'll go into that, and you've got to build a 7-figure sales team. Even if you're the number 1 salesperson, you've got to have a 7-figure sales team, and we'll talk about that. Now, our outcome. Now, for those folks that are here that are tuning in, you're watching, thanks so much again for having us here. Do me a favor. If you're on one of the social media platforms, and I love this 15 minutes. I mean, I get so fired up for this. Look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. I like to connect with you. I like to say hello. I mean, you can see me, but I can't see you. If you're watching the replay, look below the video and put hashtag replay. You're in this conversation. You're here. And for all the folks who are on one of our streaming platforms, we appreciate you too. Maybe you're on Apple TV, maybe you're on Roku, maybe you're on Amazon Fire, maybe you're on YouTube Live, maybe right now you're on one of our syndicated platforms, one of our other sister broadcasters. Thank you for being here. Do me a favor. If we haven't connected, make sure you drop me a note over at I am Che Brown. So if you're watching right now, I love to see what you're up to. Love to connect with you as well. Just go over and drop me a DM over at I am Che Brown. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, but more importantly, let's connect. Instagram is one of my jams. I look forward to seeing you over there, by the way. Now, the CEO Sales Huddle, we get asked often, what's the purpose, what's the mission, what's the goals? And that is CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So you already know how to sell. I get it. But you want to know how can you sell faster? How can you do it with less effort? How can you make it happen and make it really easy for you, by the way? And I get that. And so how do we do that? We have a big why. And our big why is threefold, really. It's about sales growth. It's about sales accountability. And then the case study we mentioned, isn't this just a drawback to where we were? It's about accountability, by the way, and consistency. And you may have heard this before, and it's so important, but consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? I mean, let's just be honest, myself included, I've been there. It's been all about consistency. So we make it really easy for you when you show up, because we're like, look, you only have to show up for 15 minutes a day. And you think about that. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. And you only have to show up for 15 minutes a day. Then that 15 minutes represents 1% of the day. Isn't that kind of cool that you only have to worry about focusing on 1% of the day of you being here? And what's our number one outcome? Our number one outcome is $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, for some of you, that even blink. You're like, Shay, I'm doing that now. Congratulations. Maybe you work for a company. Maybe you're a sales manager, sales director. And so that $100,000 is personal income for you. Maybe you're a small business owner. You're watching now and you're like, if I can get to $25,000 of income into my pocket over and beyond what I'm earning today, Shay, that's cool. That's okay. As the sales department, our number one outcome, and this is why you show up for 15 minutes a day, to get to $100,000 plus. And this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Doesn't that sound good? Isn't that so amazing? I just couldn't wait. Now, people know me as, Shay, really, how do I get to $100,000? I mean, I need you to break that thing down. Like, really, $100,000? And I'll slow down for a minute, because with our private clients, we used to work on a sales metrics. And many didn't have one. And so we had one that we would use, focus on these 5 areas that they would focus on. And in those 5 areas, it allowed them to get really focused. And here's the principle of success. And it works whether you believe me or not, and that is what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets better. So there are 5 key areas in the CEO sales dashboard that we have now. That's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. And I want you to lean in. Don't go anywhere, because I want you to download the CEO sales dashboard. It's our gift to you. You can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Again, www.ceosalesdashboard.com. I'm going to pull it up so you can see it. I want you to be able to get it real time. Let me see here. I think you can see it. And it's an Excel sheet. Now, we do this. This is good for you. If you already do this with us because you're a regular, thank you so much. If you're new, go over to ceosalesdashboard.com and download it. Once you do that, I want you now to open it up. You can customize it later for yourself. Look at leads. And I want you right now to put in how many leads came in your database yesterday. How many appointments came into your database yesterday? How many offers did the customer make yesterday? You can even go back over the last week, in the last 3 weeks, and for this month, look at the trend. Now, here's where we're going. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets, you got it, better. Now, I want to focus on one area, which is deals. I'm going to go deep in deals for just a second. And when we look at deals, I used to look at deals as I either got the deal or I didn't. And if I didn't get the deal, I'd be disappointed. And they'd be like, okay, I didn't get the deal. And so what am I going to do? And so I decided to go deep and say, you know what? There's a couple categories. Let's look at deals for a moment. Go there. Now, you can put the number one product you're selling later there, so everyone knows what the number one product you have there. You can put that there in a moment. But right now, let's just look at deals. And how many deals did you close yesterday? How many deals did the sales department close the day before? How many deals have the sales department closed this month? And then look at what's pending. Now, pending is deals that are hot, warm, and cold. Hot, and they're going to close in the next 10 days. Warm, they're going to close in the next 20 days. And cold is anything 20 days plus. Now, I don't have time to get into the details of that. I know you're all in different industries, different places, but you can go ahead and put down, maybe you're waiting for the contract. Maybe you're waiting for the ACH number. Maybe you got to go over it and review something one more time. There's a lot of ways, but I want you to put that down so you have that. And then we're going to celebrate wins. And I want you to really jump in here, because when you do the CEO sales dashboard, this is not a time to beat ourselves up. It's a time to really acknowledge what's working and what we can do differently. So powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to focus on 3 areas. Number 1, what are you most proud of in the sales department? Go ahead and put that down right now. Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment in the sales department? And then number 3, if you could just brag right now, and if I could just bring you on and you could just brag and talk about all the wonderful things you've done, what would it be? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? Isn't that a way for you just to step out there and jump into that? And then we also understand on the other side that everything's not rainbow, cupcakes, and unicorns. We understand that there's some challenges. And so we're going to look at powerful people. Again, ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So what are the 3 challenges you have in front of you? What was your biggest roadblock yesterday, just in the sales department? Now, you're the CEO. You manage it. I understand. What's preventing your sales department from moving forward today as the CEO? And then last, what's the one thing you could do? If you did it, it would just move the business forward. You took a baby step. You're in complete control of it. You made that change. It could take it to a whole nother level. Now, as you do that, my message of the day is really focus, do small things well, and get big results. Put that down in your notes. Do small things well and get big results. So as you're here and you're showing up, someone as you show up, you may think, Shay, it's no big deal. I just showed up for the CEO Sales Huddle. It's 15 minutes. I'm tuned in to focus on my sales results. And because you tune in, these ideas are top of mind to you. And one of the top distinctions I've ever learned in sales was when you make something top of mind, you're more likely to do it, right? It's one of the top distinctions I learned. So you're here. Congratulations. Now, what can you do? Maybe it's download the CEO Sales Dashboard. Maybe it's focusing on the sales message. Maybe it's focusing on one of the 5 sales pillars. If you're out there right now, you're like, Shay, I'm all in. Do me a favor. Drop a note right below the video. Let me know you were here. Put a hashtag I'm here. Put a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Some of you can't do it because you're on the podcast and you're on other platforms. You can just drop me a note over at I am Che Brown. I respond to every comment. And I want you to know, as a CEO, you're already amazing. I mean, you know this as a CEO, but if you haven't been told that recently, you're doing some amazing things. You're impacting lives. You're having more meaning in the world, and you're making a difference for people or their business. And so because of that reason, I believe in you. And I believe as you're watching right now, your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks for allowing me to be a part of your morning or part of your evening or part of your CEO Sales Huddle or be on your tablet or being on your phone or maybe right now I'm on a computer. Thank you so much. It means so much. I'll see you on the other side. God bless and keep doing God's work. We're out of here. Peace.